The recent release of heavily redacted Jeffrey Epstein files by the U.S. Department of Justice has sparked outrage from victims, lawmakers across the political spectrum, and the public demanding full transparency. Despite a law signed by President Trump mandating disclosure within 30 days, the documents, totaling thousands of pages, feature extensive blackouts, missing files, and minimal new revelations, fueling accusations of a cover-up. This development ties into long-standing questions about Epstein's elite connections, including his past friendship with Trump, though the president's name appears sparingly in the initial batch. Imagine this. A convicted sex trafficker's files finally drop after years of hype, but what pours out is mostly black ink, thousands of pages censored so heavily they're useless, with entire documents wiped clean and 16 files vanishing from the website overnight. Victims call it a slap in the face, lawmakers scream cover-up, and even as the DOJ scrambles with counterintelligence teams, the big question lingers: who's still protected in 2025? Today, we dive deep into this bombshell release, the fury it's unleashed, and what it means for justice in America. Stick around, because the redactions might hide more than they reveal. On December 19, 2025, the DOJ unleashed around 3,900 files tied to Epstein's investigations, but it was no flood of truth, more like a drip of disappointment. At least 550 pages sat entirely blacked out, including a glaring 119-page New York grand jury document that survived solely as a void of ink, spotlighted by figures like Ro Khanna and Chuck Schumer. Fox News noted redactions mirrored those for politically exposed individuals and government officials. Yet Deputy AG Todd Blanche insisted no politicians' names were scrubbed. Conveniently, 1,200 victim and relative names were. Marina Lacerda, abused by Epstein at 14 and pivotal in his 2019 charges, blasted the drop. All of us are infuriated. It's another injustice. We deserve much more. She slammed irrelevant photos amid the haze, while survivor Jess Michaels scoured for her FBI tip line records and victim statement, gone without a trace. Marique Chartouni, another victim from her teens, fumed to the New York Times. If everything is redacted, what's the point? By Saturday, Al Jazeera reported at least 16 files had disappeared from the public site, amplifying the chaos. Live coverage from BBC, CNN, and CBS captured the anticlimax, with CNN sorting through the mess and noting law enforcement's epic failures that let Epstein dodge real justice for decades. Think his shady 2000s plea deal before the 2019 reckoning cut short by his jailhouse suicide. Channel 4 News called it a trickle rather than a stream, with heavy redactions drawing bipartisan gripes. These aren't abstract stats. They're survivors' lives reduced to redacted footnotes. Lacerda's words echo a chorus of betrayal after Congress forced this via a Trump-signed law demanding full access by late December, barring only victim privacy tweaks. Michael's fruitless hunt underscores the insult. Is this the best that the government can do? Even an act of Congress isn't bringing us justice. Chartouni's question cuts deep in an era of promised transparency under President Trump, who's touted his administration as the most transparent in history. Yet victims see shadows. Epstein's billion-dollar trafficking ring span elites, and these files tease but don't deliver names or proof. Their voices, raw and unfiltered, demand we ask, who benefits from the blackout? Bipartisan backlash lit up the wires. Republican Representative Thomas Massie, key in the push, accused the White House of flouting both the spirit and letter of the law Trump signed just 30 days ago. Democrats piled on. Schumer blasted the partial drop as law-breaking, insisting the Trump administration had 30 days to release all the Epstein files. Representatives Jamie Raskin and Robert Garcia torched DOJ's Pam Bondi for defying subpoenas and giving Ghislaine Maxwell star treatment. Trump allies fired back, claiming more action for victims than Democrats, who they say begged Epstein for cash post-conviction, while highlighting Trump's calls for probes into Epstein's Democrat friends. Senator Ron Wyden scoffed at privacy excuses, noting the admin combed files for Trump mentions right after inauguration. Reddit threads buzz with memes of entirely redacted grand jury pages, capturing public cynicism. Critics whisper of erased Trump-Epstein ties. Democrats claimed connections vanished, despite their old Mar-a-Lago overlap. But CNN notes Trump's name and images appear infrequently, a stark contrast to hype. Earlier leaks, like 2011 emails alleging Trump spent hours with a victim at Epstein's, add fuel, though unproven here. Epstein and Trump partied in the 90s and 2000s, but the files sidestep deep dives. NYT flags their history, yet no smoking gun emerges amid redactions. CNN's live blog stresses systemic flops over solo blame. Epstein's network thrived on elite blind eyes. Blanche's letter, via Fox, prioritizes victim privacy, but skeptics see protection for power players. As president, Trump's DOJ handles the files, stirring irony. His signature greenlit release, now his team tempers it. Does sparse Trump presence prove distance, or masterful scrubbing? Victims and foes say the latter, defenders tout progress. Beyond blackouts, frustrations brewed pre-release. CNN reported DOJ roped in counterintelligence pros, halting other work for vague redaction orders. Missing bombshells, no full client lists, no unredacted photos implicating big names. Epstein's birthday book, teased earlier by Congress, stays peripheral. Maxwell's ongoing saga looms, her conviction unchallenged by this trip. Lawmakers like Massie push for unmasking. Victims crave closure on a ring that preyed globally. Yet 2025's drop feels like 2019 Redux. Hype, hints, haze. Epstein's web wasn't US only. International angles lurk in redacted probes, tying to power brokers worldwide. From Pakistan to Europe, his flights log deletes. Full files could expose diplomatic dynamite. In a Trump era eyeing America first. Stonewalling fuels foreign distrust. Why hide if no dirt? This hits geopolitics. Transparency battles elite impunity, echoing global fights against trafficking networks. Victims' global voices amplify, pressuring US allies for parallel probes. 2025's partial dump isn't closure, it's a spark. Victims, slap, resonates amid Trump's re-election promises of draining swamps. Bipartisan rage hints real reform. Massie Schumer unity rare, potent. Yet vanished files scream sabotage. Justice delayed? Or denied forever? Epstein died, Maxwell jailed, but enablers roam, redactions shield them. Demand full unredacted truth, Congress must enforce. We've unpacked the redacted rage, black pages, vanished docs, victim tears, political thunder. Trump's DOJ delivered scraps. America deserves the feast. What names hide in ink? Drop comments, your theories? Smash like, subscribe for uncensored global breakdowns, hit bell for Epstein updates. Justice waits for no one. Share if you want full files now. Thanks for watching, stay vigilant.